What do you guys think of what's going on with these ghost kitchens and the bigger name ones, especially like what IHOP is doing, what Chuck E. Cheese is doing, I mean, this is getting crazy to me. It's not what ghost kitchens were supposed to be, and I'm just curious from all of your standpoints how you feel about that, because I mean they're renaming it 2-3 times over from the same location. So
it's like they're tricking you to come back to the same crappy restaurant again. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, they just changed the name.
I hate IHOP. Okay, well we're also called grilled cheese. Like,
right.
But you're still IHOP.
Bubba's Big Fat Burger.
So there's a food truck in my area. They're not even a restaurant. They're a food truck, and they have 5 different names. So from the capitalism perspective of it, I get it. It's smart if someone's doing like a keyword search, if they're craving fries or they're craving a chicken sandwich.
Yeah,
I get it from that aspect, but I do also think with some of these places, Chili's, for example, it's getting out of control.
Yeah.
On something like a Chili's, what I wonder is by having a ghost kitchen ran out of a Chili's, did they skip out on paying franchise fees to Chili's themselves with running a ghost kitchen out of there? Is that a way to avoid that, or am I just nuts?
As far as I understand it, like I'm going to give the Applebee's example while we're talking about a Chili's. I'm going to say Applebee's. So Cosmic Wings is run out of Applebee's kitchen. As far as I know, they're just doing a DBA. So they're under the same LLC S Corp corporation, but they're just saying, you know, we're this corporation and we're DBA Applebee's, but we're also DBA Cosmic Wings, but really they're the same place.
I picked up from a weird one a couple weeks ago that was like a Chinese restaurant, but they'd licensed a Southern barbecue brand and we're also DBA, like, you know, one that I'd heard of, and they were just like, somehow this Chinese restaurant is the Southern barbecue chain, but in San Francisco. And I picked up, I didn't get a stacked order, but I was sort of multi-apping and got 2 from the same location. I'm like, this doesn't make sense. It's barbecue and Chinese food. Turns out it was, right? Run out of the same place, which I thought was, I guess, both
right. So here in Denver, I'm going to give you an example of a perfectly run business. There's a place that is called the Atomic Cowboy. It has bar food. It's a great bar. And then at 6 at night, part of it on the side opens up as a New York pizza place called Fat Tony's. And then at 3 a.m. when the bar closes down and that staff leaves, another crew comes in that has another kitchen in the back called Denver Biscuit Company. So there's 3 kitchens in there, but there's 3 kitchens in there.
Yeah, it was like different food. I feel like that's fine from the same place, but if it's
that's fine, because those are literally 3 different restaurants, you know, in one place. It's just they're optimizing the rent by being open 24 hours a day.
I mean, are the ghost kitchens working well for y'all? Like I'd say probably like a year and a half ago, I would just fish. I would just literally sit outside. Like Cloud Kitchens had a, you know, supposedly secret location, but it was one of those where, like, you know, I would just sit out there and get like months. Are they?
Well, I have more of a problem with like the deceiving part of it all, because there's a, you know, you don't like food from a certain restaurant, so you don't order from that restaurant. And on the app, it doesn't tell you what the mother restaurant is. So you'd be ordering food from a place that you hate and don't even know it because it's got a different name on it.
Right. I think, David, were you more referring to like what ghost kitchens were supposed to be?
Yeah,
like
or
the
no,
original ghost kitchens of we're just going to make food here.
Are you all delivering or picking up? Yeah, are you delivering or picking up from ghost restaurants a lot? Because
not as much as I was a year ago.
Yeah, I had that weird feeling. I don't know why it's less for me.
I am. There's actually a couple here in Detroit that are ran out of a house in like some of the most not appealing areas to go to. They're like residential areas. And I literally had instructions one time. It said, pickup instructions, pull in driveway, honk horn, and wait in car. It was like I pulled up and there's a sign in the house, front window of this house. And it was, I did the order. It was good. There was a nice tip on it, but it was just very interesting.
Yeah, there was a bunch of those in Washington D.C. that got busted and shut down, but like it even went farther. There was like people buying, I don't know if you guys remember this. There was people buying like those little Totino's pizzas and cooking them at their houses. Like they'd buy them for $1 and they'd sell them for 10 like they were a restaurant.
Wow.
I mean, they were literally going to the supermarket and buying out all the little dollar pizzas.
And they was doing that here about I was a kid, but you could see a frozen food truck and the El Chorrito frozen Mexican TV dinners. Mm-hmm. They were taking those off the truck into the restaurant and then putting them on plates. That was 40 years ago. So
it's nothing new. It's just moved with technology.
They're covering it better now.
I do have to give the ghost kitchen something. This is like before tip transference was even a thing. As I went in and I used to be shameless and go and stick para posters in random places. This is because we were like just trying to get anybody to use what we had. And to this day, there's still the para poster up in the cloud kitchen from like 2 years ago. And I'm still shocked that they haven't taken it down. I was like, I don't know if Travis is getting soft or something, but that sounded like something they would have torn off a long time ago. But it's still there. It makes me smile whenever I deliver.
I feel like
the ghost kitchens. I just wonder if they're doing that to get investors to invest in the same company. It's just they can write it in a different category, so they're still getting the money. But they're running two companies, but it's mainly a investor investment, basically.
There's a couple of Walmarts that are opening 4-star restaurants as ghost kitchens in Walmart that are going to be glassed in, that you won't be able to access, but you're going to be able to see from the store.
Do you know what cities?
Yeah, it's on my website, Rideshare Rodeo. I'll have to look up the articles, but you can find them on there too. Yeah, it was probably about 3-4 weeks ago. We did a roundtable on it too. We were talking about it, but it was weird. I'll have to find the article and obviously I'll have to include it in the show notes here because other people will want to know about it too now.
And I bet when they get those in, they'll have a ventilation system where you can smell that food from inside the store.
But you're not going to be able to buy it from inside the store, and that's what they've made very clear.
It's psychological.
Yeah, right. But I mean, why would you put a 4-star restaurant in a Walmart? I don't know.
There's been Subway and McDonald's and
right, but that's almost what's expected.
Similar clientele. Yeah.
I mean, it's almost like, hey, can I buy some of that? No, you gotta go home and order it.
When I worked in the grocery store, our boss would
order it while you're shopping and pick it up outside.
I feel like the ghost kitchens now, what we're all thinking ghost kitchens of past was the cool idea, and I feel like David was saying, I feel like that's kind of gone. I feel like it's now, Denny's having the Burger Den, Applebee's having Cosmic Wings, IHOP having Super Megadilla and Thrilled Cheese.
Buffalo Wild Wings with bird dogs.
But the worst one of them all, this one really does upset me. And here's a perfect example of being deceived, is that Chuck E. Cheese operates under Pasquale Pizza.
I'm picked up from Chuck E. Cheese under Pasquale.
Okay, so you know what? Chuck E. Cheese pizza is cardboard. It's crap. It's junk. And when you go to Chuck E. Cheese, you do it because you have a kid. I have a kid. I've been there too many times, but I'm not excited about the pizza.
I'm looking at this now. I didn't know that Red Robin's is called chicken.
See, I think that they're all starting to do this. I also think it's like Sarah was saying, it's like you search for something else and those keywords are going to come up. That's why I believe in the hashtagging system. Just have IHOP hashtag all that stuff instead of doing this, though. And have that work for you. That way, if somebody's searching, they're truly going to find it from the same way they're finding Super Megadilla or Thrilled Cheese. They'll just find IHOP and see that it's there, because I do feel like it's deceiving. You're getting it from the same kitchen. You're getting IHOP food. And you might specifically not want IHOP, but if you really look at where it is in IHOP. It's inside of it.